I did pray for arms and legs, but arms and legs did not come. Because of fear, I concluded, God's not real. There is no hope. I'm alone. I'll always be alone. I'll never get married. Even if I got married, I can't even hold my wife's hand. Even if I had kids, I can't even hold my children when they're crying. I'm sorry if someone has mistreated you. I'm sorry if you're struggling with something that I don't know about. But I want you to know something, that you don't know what miracles can come from your broken pieces until you give your broken pieces a chance.
Hands, we often take them for granted, but if only we knew what life would be like without them. This is Hamisi. He lives in Tanzania, East Africa, and he was born without arms. Yet despite having no arms, he can still be a farmer. He's a very skilled one too, if I might add. He can even pick up firewood the size of logs with just his neck. He can even raise cattle. That's how he earns an honest living. He can write with his mouth and toes, and he can even text on his cell phone. Some of you watching this might think this is astonishing, and I must say it definitely is. But there's nothing more powerful than feeling confident, beating the odds, and being independent. Hamisi embodies all of these qualities. His life has never been easy. Growing up, he kept to himself, and it was hard to make friends or find a girlfriend. He lived most of his life in a very impoverished area within Tanzania. Although his family never had enough to send him to the best school, his parents taught him to be inventive. Unfortunately, his father passed away a few years ago, and right then, his wife even left him and took their son with her. But through it all, he still stayed strong. Even though he didn't remarry after his wife left him, his story of true resilience made its way out to the rest of the world. After a while, his life circumstances changed for the better because of the international community's outpouring of support. Shout out to Afrimax, as they were one of the first large broadcasters to travel to his village and bring his story to the world. Now, his wife and son are back in his life, and he still has that brilliant smile on his face, with even more reasons to jump for joy. Switching gears now, we head over to the Caribbean. Meet Shay Reed. Physically, her situation is very similar to Hamisi's. When life gave Shay lemons, she definitely figured out how to make lemonade. Shay is from a village or township known as Little London, which is a picturesque farming and fishing village located right next to one of the more popular tourist hotspots in the Caribbean, Negril, and the famous Rick's Cafe and its beautiful cliffside sunsets. This is in the westernmost parish of Jamaica, and is clearly vastly different from its colonial namesake of London, England, the bustling cityscape of the British Empire.
Hi everyone! My vacation in Jamaica, it is winding down, but oh my gosh, this sunset is everything. The beach, the sunset is just, it's breathtaking, guys. It's so much better in person, but...
Shay is now a fully grown young lady, but as a child, she lived in Little London with her mother and extended family. She was well loved as a child. From an early age, she was known to be very brilliant. In fact, at the age of 12, instead of being enrolled in the School of Hope, a school for the disabled, she was actually admitted to one of the most prominent high schools in Jamaica, Manning School, which has an over 260-year history of excellence. She was a very popular and well-loved student in high school, loved by both students and staff. Her only difficulty throughout high school was in sitting exams. While she could write beautifully, she couldn't write with the speed or dexterity required to finish those lengthy 3-hour exams. So, the examination committee usually brought in a student who could read very well and could also spell basic words, but had no knowledge of the specific subject or course the exam surrounds. And this person would serve as her proverbial arms for the day, to whom she would dictate her answers, and they would write it on the exam paper, while both were being monitored by the authorities who were in charge of the exams. In general, Shay is a sweet, kind-hearted person. She is a fun-loving, outgoing individual who always dresses in the latest fashion while being equipped with the latest smartphones. She's very photogenic, has attended many elegant parties, and loves the beach. But throughout all of this, she's still always focused on her education. She graduated from university and now holds a master's degree. She resides in America and has gained around 200,000 followers on TikTok, with millions of views. Feel free to go show her some love on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Links will be provided in the description.
Having a disability for me means that I am resourceful, I am resilient, I will find a way to do whatever is requested or asked of me.
Many people are quick to judge these beautiful human beings upon their first encounter, or from a mere glance from a distance. However, once you delve into the depths of their lives, understanding the hours, the decades they've lived, and the challenges they've faced every day, you begin to realize that they are beautiful souls who have defied the odds and made the most of the cards they were dealt. Conversely, on the other end of the spectrum, there are those individuals who were born with additional appendages, extra fingers, toes, and even nipples. To comprehend the origins of these unique physical traits, it's necessary to shift our perspective and approach these individuals from a genetic standpoint. Allow me to recount a story of a young woman from Liverpool, England, and who is one of the most captivating individuals you could ever meet. She is a rich blend of Eritrean, Indian, and European heritage. Her enchanting beauty and life circumstances, wittingly or unwittingly, made her become a highly desired divine confectionery that was highly sought after by the rich business class and political elites. Driven by an innate desire to be embraced as part of the upper class, she often found herself in situations where she was used, and yet, at times, convinced herself that she was the one in control. She was a world traveler, adorned with professional and scholastic accolades, and regarded as a member of the upper echelons of society. While she possessed intelligence, beauty, and strategic acumen, beneath her graceful exterior lay an array of anomalies, from severe wisdom teeth issues to a slight touch of scoliosis in her lower back. 4 extra nipples, appearing more as dark spots resembling birthmarks than extra breasts, and appendix issues added to her unique physical profile. Even the skin on her hands and the soles of her feet was as soft as that on her forearms. Although she didn't have 6 fingers or toes, her feet's dexterity and elongated toes were conspicuous. These individual anomalies were not isolated occurrences. Instead, they point to the manifestations of human vestigiality, a testament to our evolutionary history. The appendix, one of the most well-known vestigial human organs, and our wisdom teeth, are relics from our herbivorous ancestors, and serve as reminders of humanity's evolutionary journey. While a tail is present in all mammals at some point during development, in humans, it is a fleeting structure that exists for just 4 weeks before birth, occurring during stages 14 to 22 in the womb, but can play a role in the misalignment of the lower vertebrae and the potential development of scoliosis. However, a genuine human tail is an exceedingly rare phenomenon, documented in fewer than 40 recorded cases throughout history. On the other hand, extra nipples, frequently appearing in both men and women, can take on a variety of appearances. The embryonic milk line, extending from the arms, down the chest, and along the abdomen toward the groin, is pivotal to understanding the occurrences of extra nipples. It even plays a role in the natural development of abdominal muscles, including the V shape that many women find appealing in men. Extra nipples can manifest in individuals of any sex, with some resembling typical nipples with an areola or breast tissue, while others may appear as small bumps or be mistaken for moles, either above but oftentimes below the main section of a person's chest. In general, these unique traits, many of which the young lady from Liverpool has, whether extra appendages, teeth, or nipples, serve as a bridge connecting her to her ancestral lineage, stretching back millions or even billions of years. They offer a glimpse into the diverse paths our collective genetic tree has traveled throughout time, harkening back to our shared heritage with herbivores, tree climbers, fishes, amphibians, and carnivorous hunters. These traits were not merely handed down from our parents or grandparents, but are rooted in the primordial eras of evolution, contributing to the complex tapestry of human genetic history. To go even further, ancestral genetic traits, known as human vestigiality, are remnants of features or characteristics that were once functional in the evolutionary history of a species, but have lost their original purpose over time due to changes in an organism's environment or behavior. In humans, these vestigial traits offer intriguing insights into our evolutionary history. Some notable examples of human vestigiality include the vermiform appendix, a small finger-like organ once involved in digesting cellulose in the diets of our herbivorous ancestors, but now serve no significant function in modern humans other than it is often prone to inflammation and is the main cause of appendicitis. The coccyx, or tailbone, is a small triangle-shaped bone derived from the fusion of 4 coccygeal vertebrae at the end of the vertebral column, and exists mainly as a fused remnant of a tail from our distant mammalian ancestors, and serve no functional purpose in humans. Some individuals possess highly functional ear muscles, or auricularis muscles, once responsible for moving ears like other animals to properly monitor sounds from any direction without having to move their head. But now generally in most humans, this is too weak to serve any meaningful function. Lastly, wisdom teeth, or the third molars that helped our ancestors to grind tough plant material, is often the source of many dental problems in modern humans due to our much smaller jaws, and our wisdom teeth not having enough space to fully grow. Most of the scientific research and theories that surround the study of human vestigiality are based on comparative anatomy, genetic research, and evolutionary biology. Comparative anatomy involves studying the anatomy of various species to identify vestigial traits and understand their functional significance in our evolutionary ancestors. Genetic research provides insights into the underlying genetic changes that led to the loss of function in vestigial structures. Vestigiality aligns with the principles of evolution by natural selection, indicating that evolutionary processes have shaped organisms' features over time, often attributed to changes in an organism's environment or lifestyle. The debate continues on whether vestigial traits are entirely non-functional or might have some minor, secondary, or potential adaptive value, with some proposing that they may serve as spandrels. Where, in evolutionary biology, a spandrel is an observed trait that is a byproduct of the evolution of some other characteristic, rather than a direct product of known adaptive selection. The study of the evolutionary history of our species and the mechanisms of adaptation to changing environments in modern humans is crucial. It highlights how the human body carries marks of its evolutionary past, contributing to a comprehensive understanding of human biology and evolution. This exploration of creation and the universe is an ongoing endeavor. Thank you for your interest. Subscribe for more insights.